So welcome back to A New You, Maximizing Life with a Disability. I'm Scott Chesney, and today with me is my guest, Jill Cocopardo, who is the Clinical Program Coordinator for Wheelchair Assessment Services here at Gaylord Hospital. How are you?
I'm well, how are you?
That title's great, it's a mouthful.
It is.
If somebody were to contact someone here at Gaylord and say, listen, I'm newly injured, I need a new wheelchair, and they come to see you, what happens? What happens at that moment when they first see you?
Well, we will have a vendor, a provider already with us, and then we'll go through our evaluation process, which is about 90 minutes. Give or take, sometimes we go a little under, sometimes we go a little over. People are frequently saying at the end, well, that's why it takes so long, because of the amount of questions we have to ask in order to paint the right picture for the insurance company in order for them to provide the equipment that we're requesting.
So why 90 minutes? It seems like a long time, and I know we have a lot of people who are like putting off this process, even though they know they need a new chair or their first chair, they're putting off this process. Now they hear that it's 90 minutes long. Can you give us a few specifics of what's going on in those 90 minutes?
Of course. So because it's not just a one-size-fits-all chair, because every person's different, we do, kind of break it down into thirds. So the first third is the interview. We want to make sure that we get a full picture of what their lifestyle is, what it was before, what they want to do now. If they, hopefully we can continue to do, help them do what they were doing before. So the interview, and then the second third is the mat eval. So we get the patient on the mat to assess their posture, to assess their range of motion, see if they have any spasticity or muscle tone, what their needs might be. And then while this is happening, we're kind of figuring out in our heads, oh, they might do well on X type of cushion or use X type of chair. And then the third is actually the simulation of the equipment. So, if they want to try a manual chair, if they want to try a power assist chair, if they want, or a power assist system, or a power chair, we've got, different drive power chairs, front wheel drive, mid wheel drive. And instead of just trying one piece of equipment, we've got that time to be able to try more than one cushion, more than one chair if warranted. Part
of the process too for some people involves pressure mapping. Can you explain that a little bit for our viewers?
I love pressure mapping.
Can you tell she's passionate about work? She loves pressure mapping.
So pressure mapping it's literally taking a picture of whatever surface you're sitting on. So if you were coming into the clinic and I said, oh, we're going to do a pressure map today. So we would do the mat assessment first to make sure kind of know what we're dealing with when we put the mat underneath you. And then it's a very thin mat, very pliable, goes on top of your cushion, and then you sit on top of that, and then a readout goes to some sort of device. And then it'll tell us if there's a hot spot, if you're looking good. Sometimes people will come in and say, hey, I need a pressure mapping, and I'm having a lot of pain, and we'll pressure map them, and even though they don't have a pressure sore, we'll look to change. It kind of gives us more of a, hey, we can look more towards your comfort versus, if somebody comes in with a pressure sore and they're on X cushion, well, you may be suited better with air or some sort of offloading cushion.
So in creating a new you, I think the 3 takeaways from today is absolutely, like yesterday, make an appointment with your provider so that you can come and be assessed for your wheelchair. Number 2 is be open to the experience. Because obviously you can come in there thinking, and again, you're not going to deny them in terms of a color choice or a type of chair choice, but you're going to explore other things. And also, in being your own advocate, do some research before you come in here that could add to the experience. Would you agree?
If you can, absolutely. That's the best patient right there. And it'll make your experience more whole.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, Jill, I appreciate you spending time with us on A New You, and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you.